Woodland Park, Colorado, is the kind of small mountain town where the sky stretches on forever. On a bright May afternoon in 2008, a tall, long-haired teenager with a creative soul and gentle eyes told his sister he was going for a walk. He left through the front door, turned down his street, and kept walking right out of the known world. The search for him would span 7 years and turn up absolutely nothing. When he was finally found, it was not in a field or a forest or a riverbed, it was in a chimney. Naked except for a single thermal shirt, curled into a fetal position, upside down in a space so impossibly narrow. The discovery itself defied every law of physics and logic. The young man known to the world as Joshua Vernon Maddox. His body was found less than a mile from where he started walking. And his death remains a most perplexing, unsettling mystery. Joshua Maddox was an old soul. He lived with his father, Mike, and 2 sisters in a modest house on Meadowlark Lane. Josh moved through this landscape like a free spirit with a guitar slung over his back and a head full of ideas. The anniversary of his older brother Zachariah's death had just passed. Josh was in good spirits, but the timing was poignant. On May 8, 2008, Josh told his sister Kate he was going for a walk. She thought little of the farewell, but the hours ticked by and the screen door never slammed. On May 13th, Mike officially reported his son as a missing person. Formal searches began, radiating out from Meadowlark Lane. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned to months. The cabin was a relic of another time. On August 7th, 2015, a crew of workers began tearing the cabin apart. As they ripped into the stonework of the chimney, the men suddenly stopped. Something was inside, a mummified shape. The coroner ruled the death an accident, suggesting Josh had climbed onto the roof and slid down the chimney, becoming trapped. But Chuck Murphy explained that a heavy steel mesh grate had been installed near the top of the chimney decades earlier. When Josh's body was removed, he was almost completely naked. His shoes and socks were discovered folded on the firebox, and that firebox had been blocked. A heavy breakfast bar had been ripped free and propped against the fireplace. In 2015, a Reddit user described a mutual acquaintance named Andy, a musician who Josh had started spending time with. Shortly after Josh vanished, Andy abruptly left Colorado. He was later arrested for violent crimes elsewhere. Chuck Murphy remained convinced that Josh was murdered, either forced up the chimney alive or killed inside. The cabin is gone. Chuck Murphy has passed on. But in some dusty evidence locker, the files remain. Was Joshua Maddox the victim of a cruel accident? Or was he killed? We know the chimney held his body. But what was it hiding?